worrying, just worrying about mom, worrying about brother, worrying about sister, worrying about kids, just constant worry. And
Yeah.
you're saying the difference between worry and concern. Let's talk about this. Let's take a moment.
Yeah.
Explain this to us.
This whole thing of worrying has several layers. The one of the layers is if a person has warrior energy and is empathetic or end, that they're worried about their mom or their brother or whatever because they're feeling their vibration of the other person. Also because if their mom or their brother is safe, then I can finally relax. I'll feel safe, right? The difference between worry and concern is this: concern you can do something about. Worry is just bup, 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 bup. And it comes from a sense of not feeling safe internally, of feeling lack internally. It also could come from trauma where you're constantly having to be on guard, right? So there's some things that you can actually do about that. But I always tell clients, okay, is this a worry or is this a concern? Concern is something I can do about. So I always use the car. Oh my God, I'm so worried about my brakes. Okay, let's go take the car to the shop and see if the brakes are okay, right? That's the difference. Or
Okay.
I'm so worried about my brother. I'm so worried about my brother. You know, my brother smokes and I'm so worried about. There's nothing I can do about that. So that's when I tell my clients to pause and activate safety in their frame, in their actual body. And we do that by utilizing their divine intelligence, their own body to do that. So our bodies don't have free will. It's our mind and our soul that does. And if everything works in our body and we ask it to do something, it must comply. It's never going to say, you know what, Jen, I can raise my hand today, but I don't want to do it. It's just not. So what we do is we ask our divine intelligence simply to activate safety. And it sounds like this: divine intelligence, fill my body with divine safety. And you
Ooh.
can tell I just took a breath, right? Right. And so you do that until you can feel the shift. And if you have to do that a million times a minute, you do it a million times a minute until your safety level rises.
Ah, that felt so good, even just hearing you say that.
I'm so glad.
I want to shift from this because this is a good shift. So, in that same sentence, when you were speaking, you went from worry and concern, and then you shifted to flow and abundance. And this is what we have to look forward to. Can you
Yeah.
talk on flow and abundance? Because that just sounds
Yummy, right?
wonderful.
Right. Here's the thing. It is our natural state to be abundant and in the flow. Okay? Our energy is flowing all the time. It's a choice, and a choice based on circumstances and experiences, right? So if so often people want abundance externally first before they can have it internally. In order to manifest it externally, you have to start to feel it internally. And so it's just taking a deep breath and tuning in and asking yourself, where is the seed of abundance inside of me? Right?
Mm,
So most people feel it in the heart, people might feel it in their stomach, and then you ask that seed to grow, right? And
okay.
then you go, after you felt the seed to grow, what is my external task now? What do I do to receive more abundance? Most people try to do before they actually feel it internally. And so they keep being on that hamster wheel because the doing and the being has to come first and then you do.
Yes, absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
I want to take a moment to thank everyone who's here live listening. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with us. We would appreciate it if you shared the video wherever you're watching us at so we can get more eyes and ears on the content. If you're watching us on replay and you're coming across us a little later in the day, hashtag replay so we can send you some love. But I want to ask Jenifer, we have people watching live, we have people watching on the replay. They're obviously resonating with what you're saying. They've been hanging out with us for 30 minutes. What do you do? Who do you help? Who should be reaching out to you?
I help individuals